today we'll be making this cute drawstring bag, so let's begin.
Today we'll be making a drawstring bag. You're going to need any kind of fabric you want. This is t-shirt, cotton. It doesn't matter what kind, as long as it's not thin. Like, I can't use this purple one because it's thin. So any kind of fabric you would like to use to make your drawstring bag. I think today I'm going to go with this cut up t-shirt because it's just been hanging around and I want to use it. Some chalk, either ribbon or what is this called? Bias tape. I don't know what size this is. It was just like this. So you'll need this bias tape or ribbon. Some scissors, some pins of your choice, and a tape measure. Okay, so you are going to cut either 2 pieces of 10 by 13 fabric, or you can make it 26 inches by 10. Which is what this t-shirt is. So if you are doing the 2 pieces, so it's 2 13 by 10 or 1 continuous piece. So that's 10 inches this way and 13 this way. And then it's doubled, so you'll have, let's see, 13 doubled is, oops, you guys already know this answer, 26 inches. So if you're using a full complete piece, your material will be 26 inches by 10 on each side. Alright, and like I said, if you're just doing the 2, so if you were to do the 2 pieces separate, you would have to sew it here in your center seam, but if you're doing 1 continuous piece of 26, you don't have to worry about that. Seeing that my t-shirt is hemmed on one side, I don't have to do that. T-shirt material does not fray, but if you want, you can create a hem, which we're going to do is, so we're going to fold it up once like this, and we're going to sew, and I'll show you how to do that. So as you can see, I kind of folded it over like this, and you're just going to hold while you sew. Here, let me see if you can see it better if I zoom in. So, and you're just going to hold it, and you're going to place your stitch on a zigzag, unless, because this is a stretchy material. If you're doing this on a cotton material, you do not have to put this on a zigzag. Just put it on the regular stitch. And so you're just going to fold it over a little bit. And then we're just going to zigzag across here. I gotta move my pedal over. So you're just going to... And if you feel that you can't hold this and sew at the same time, you can put your pins in it. And make sure you reverse your stitch, which means just going backwards and then going forwards again. Now, I've never done this drawstring bag with t-shirt material, so this will be a first, but it works wonderfully with cotton. The reason why you put a zigzag stitch in is because it'll stretch with your shirt versus a straight stitch. Or reverse that again. And I just basically have my stitch on the regular stitch. So you'll have something that looks like this. You're going to do it to your long side here on your t-shirt. Just fold it over a little bit like you did with your top part there. And then you're going to do that again to your 10-inch side. Fold it over and zigzag or regular stitch. And seeing that this side is already finished, we don't need to do that. But if you use the cotton and you didn't use, or the edge of your t-shirt, then you'll have to fold the other long side over too. Alright, and then I'll take you to the next step after. Thing, if you're using like the cotton material and if you feel still that your edge is still unfinished, you can take it over and like you could sew through it once and then fold everything over again so that it's encased, so it'll look something like this. If I can zoom in, you see how our edge is inside and complete. So if you're going to use the cotton, I would recommend folding this over twice. And the t-shirt, not so much because it doesn't fray. Okay. So the next step is to go where your 10 inches on top, the shorter side, not the long side. And we're going to make our casing. So basically that's where our your ribbon or your bias strip is going through. So this is going to be in 1/2 inch right here. So just take your ruler when trying to figure this out, or tape measure. Let's just use a 1/2 inch like that. And you're just gonna fold it over. If you are using your cotton material, I recommend ironing this flat so it'll be a little easier to sew. I don't know what setting to put my iron on for t-shirt, so you're just gonna try to sew as close to the edge as possible. So let's see. So you're just gonna stick it in your sewing machine. And we're still using zigzag, and if you are using cotton, your regular stitch. And don't forget to do your reverse stitch to tack your thread in. So we're just gonna sew. Reverse stitch. Alright. So you got this. This is our casing. And you're going to repeat the same steps for your other side. So bring it up 1/2 inch and sew close to your edge. Alright. Right sides together, so that means our folded side that we made our hem will be facing us. So the right sides are what's on the outside of what you're going to see when you flip this right side out. So the wrong sides are this. The right sides are these. So you're going to put the right sides together, and you are going to stitch. If you're using the t-shirt material, you'll probably stitch close to the edge of where your thread is, and if you are using cotton, you can stitch closer to this end here, or in the center, or anywhere along your folded edge there. So you're just going to sew this, and you are going to stop up here where we made our casing for our insert, because if you go all the way up here, and then you can't insert our bias strips. So stop right here at the folds. Oh, I'm sorry if you can hear the noise outside. I think my neighbor is getting some lawn care, so it's a little loud. So we're going to stop right where that fold is, and you're going to reverse and cut it out. Next, you're going to cut 26 inches of your bias tape or your ribbon, and you're going to cut 2 of these out, so you need 2 26-inch strips of bias or ribbon. If you are using the bias, you will have to sew your bias along the side seam. If you are just using the ribbon, I would just zigzag across the top here. So what we're going to sew is this edge. So I would have the longer side of the bias be on the bottom and the shorter end on top, so you can see where you're stitching to make sure you get it all. So we're just going to pop this in the machine and just sew along that edge. You can switch back to your regular stitch if you want to, if you're not using the t-shirt. Then you don't have to switch anything. So you're just going to stick that in, and you're just going to sew along the edge. And let's see, it's best to get it on the groove, so you'll want to put your needle in on the right position. If you're using a smaller bias, I would say do this. So make sure you're getting it on the feed dog. And you just stitch down, and then do this to both of your bias strips. So if you have a bobbin or a safety pin, you're going to place it on the end of your bias strip. I have a bobbin. With that, you just pinch it on and pull down tight, and then with the safety pin you're just gonna pull it through, and you're just gonna safety pin it. So you're gonna take your bobbin, sorry, and you're just gonna feed it through here. So you're not going to pull it out here, you're just going to go through your second casing here. So don't pull it out. Oops, my bobbin is coming loose. Hold on a second. So you are going to feed it through your second hole here. And you're going to come out, if I can get it. It's fighting me. No! Okay, we got it. Oh, please don't tell me I lost that. Okay. So now you're going to pull this even. So now that you've got them even, they should be coming out both sides on one side. You are going to take your top here, and we are going to make a knot as best we can. We're tying both of these together. So the knot will look something like this. Now we're going to take our other bias or ribbon, put your bobbin or safety pin on here. You're going to feed it exactly the same way as we did this, but on the other side. So you're going to go through one of your holes, or your casings. You're going to come through your other one here where the other drawstring is coming out. That's okay, it won't interfere. So you're just going to go in there. Oops. And you're going to come out your hole on this side. And you're going to even out your bias strips. To evenly distribute out, you can tie your knot. And then your drawstring bag is complete. You could put anything you want in here. You could put pads, you could put little trinkets, you can make like little treat bags for your friends. You can make these for like birthday party type things. You can make it for anything actually. So if you just wanted to like store stuff in a bag, you can, and you could make these any size you want technically. It doesn't have to be the 13 by 10 or the 26 by, well 26 by 10 is the two pieces together. So it could be bigger than 26 inches and your length up here could be taller too. If you wanted to make them bigger, you can make them smaller. You can make them smaller than 13 inches. Alright, I hope you make this drawstring bag, and I hope you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.